Dear students, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. I am Manzoor Ahmad, lecturer history. Our today's question for 11th class students of history subject is: other than the use of English, what other features of the English economic and social life do you notice in the 19th century USA? USA means United States of America. Dear students, before explaining and answering this question, we need to go in the background of this question as well. Dear students, as we have talked a number of times in previous lectures, in the previous units as well, that with the beginning of modern age in the 14th and 15th century in Europe, the people from different European countries ventured across Atlantic Ocean and reached North America and South America. While reaching North America and South America, the people from different European countries began to establish their colonies in these areas. The people from France, Spain, Portugal, England, Holland, Italy, from a number of European countries reached North America and South America and began to establish colonies, began to control different areas in North America and South America. And when we especially talk about North America, the initial efforts to establish a colony or control a vast area in North America were made by England in the beginning of the 16th century, which failed. And finally, it was in 1607 that England established 1607 AD, that England was able to establish its first permanent colony in the North America, in the area of Virginia. No doubt, other European countries also were present in different parts of North America. However, with the passage of time, England dominated all the European countries in North America, and England was able to establish at least 13 colonies in different parts of North America. And after establishing 13 colonies in different parts of North America, England began to rule over these colonies. And these 13 colonies were jointly known as British America. And the colonial government of England, which ruled over these colonies in the North America, left no stone unturned to exploit these people. Ultimately, after about 170 years of colonial rule from 1607, the people in these 13 colonies started a massive revolt, massive war against the England's occupation of North America, of these 13 colonies. And the war started from 1775 and continued up to 1783 AD. And this war came to be known as America's Revolutionary War, or America's War of Independence, and also it was known as the American Revolution. This war this ended in a period of about 8 years. However, it was during the course of this war that on 4th July 1776 that the representatives of the 13 colonies known as the Continental Congress that formally adopted or declared their freedom, their independence from England on 4th July 1776. And it's from this day onwards, even today, this 4th July 1776 is celebrated as the Day of Independence in modern USA. And after declaring independence from the England, fiery battles took place between the people of the 13 colonies and the England government, and this war continued up to 1783, and which ultimately resulted in the end of the colonial rule of Britain over these 13 colonies, and these which were known as British America, and these 13 colonies got independence. It was during the course of this war of independence of America that on 9th September 1776 the representatives of 13 colonies, that is the Continental Congress, formally declared the new nation, which was formerly known as British America. Now the nation was named as the United States of America, which stands even now in the same shape, though initially the size of the USA was not the same as it is today. it took a lot of time for the USA to grab large parts of areas in west, in south, and in different parts of USA. But initially the foundation of this USA was laid on 9th September 1776 when the Continental Congress formally declared the new nation as the United States of America. So in nutshell here we mean to understand that occupied England occupied or controlled the North American 13 colonies from 1706 to 1607 to 1776 AD for a period of about 170 years. And we understand that the British rule, the English rule over these 13 colonies had a large impact on the life and activities of the people in these 13 colonies. Number one is that the people in England, they were speaking English language, and when these people from England, they reached this North America and began their rule, and they took their language to North America, and North Americans on these 13 colonies also began to learn English language, and they also began to speak English. England not only influenced the system of language in the USA, in these 13 colonies, but England also affected other walks of life, the economic life, the social life, the political life, and other aspects of life in the modern USA, what we call it now. So in this question we have to see the question that now we can explain the question in the better sense, understand the question in a better sense, that no doubt when England reached to America, reached to the 13 colonies, made 13 colonies in this North America, and these 13 colonies are nowadays known as the USA, United States of America, as free USA, that England ruled over USA, modern USA, for a period of about 170 years. And this England had affected all features of life in USA during this period of 170 years. And now in this question we have to see what English features of social and economic life do you find in the 19th century USA. So we can now answer the question in a better way. It's very simple. The changes, the features of the English economic and social life in the 19th century USA, whereas number one, large areas of forests were cleared and brought under cultivation of crops like rice, cotton, etc. Means before the arrival of Europeans, before the arrival of England to the North America, to these 13 colonies, the agricultural activities, the cultivation of crops, cultivation of rice, cotton, and other such crops was not done on a large scale. It was the impact of the English culture. It was the impact of the English economic system that large areas of forests were cleared and brought under cultivation of crops like rice, cotton, and other such crops in the 19th century USA. Number two, a number of industrial towns came up and a number of factories multiplied in the USA. Means that before the arrival of English people in North America, in the 13 colonies, there were no factories, there were no industries, and with the arrival of the English people, factories and industrial units began to be established in the USA. And in the 19th century, we understand a number of such industrial towns came up, and a number of factories multiplied in the USA. And this is another feature, another impact, another feature of the English of the England on the economic life of the USA in the 19th century. Number three, constitutional rights were given to the people of the USA, which earlier they did not have. So, but we here understand that the whites were given the right to vote in the USA, and the blacks, who were originally the natives of the USA, were even then not given the right to vote as well. Number four, society got divided into two classes, blacks and whites. Blacks were basically the original natives of this America, North America, and whites were the people who came from England. So when English people came to America, and all number of these people settled there, so two classes of people came into existence. That is, the blacks were the original natives of America, and the whites who came from Europe. And in the 19th century USA, two groups of in the European society came into existence. That is, the whites who are the basically the people who came from Europe and settled there in the USA, and the original natives of the USA who are blacks. So the two categories of societies came into existence: blacks and the whites. And whites were given right to vote, while as the blacks were deprived of all sorts of such rights. Number next, drinking became a daily habit in the USA, which was totally unknown to to them before the arrival of English people, or before the arrival of the people of England into these lands, into North America, or into the modern USA. Thank you.